right, good evening, our esteemed viewers. Welcome to this all important webinar on understanding and navigating university and beyond, looking at studying in UK and outside the UK. I want to especially use this medium to appreciate our convener, the executive, the executive director of Doveland Group of Schools in the person of Chief Dr. Mrs. Justina Uluma Chuku for this privilege to serve. This is not taken for granted. I also want to use this medium to appreciate our ever-present head of operations, Mr. Olumide Omotoye. Thank you, sir, for joining this call this evening. I also want to appreciate Ms. Rachel King joining us live from the United Kingdom. Thank you, ma, for joining us this evening. Also, I want to especially appreciate all our participants. Thank you for joining this webinar. We are sure it will be worth your time. So we will appreciate if you can share this link, share among your friends, tell them we are live already so they can join this enlightening and interactive session. Yeah, we know you will be having a lot of questions in the course of the presentation. Please jot them down and then you will be given the opportunity to ask your questions. So without wasting so much of our time, we will be diving right into the business of the day. This webinar is proudly brought to you by Doveland Sixth Form College. Doveland Sixth Form College happens to be the latest addition to Doveland Group of Schools. What do I mean by that? Doveland as a group of schools have the nursery, the preschool stage, the primary, the high school, and then the sixth form college, which is the pre-university arm of the group of schools. And we also have a branch office in Jabi campus. So if you are looking at joining a school that gives you the serenity, the tranquility, the conducive environment for learning, look no further. Doveland Group of Schools have that covered for you. And then at the sixth form college, we are a bridge between those in the high school and those that want to transition to study abroad. So whether you are looking at studying in the UK, US, Canada, any part of the world, we are your sure plug. And then part of the program we are introducing to give students the opportunity to learn because we are 21st century compliant and we are mindful of the future of work. So apart from the OSSD program, that OSSD is Ontario Secondary School Diploma for those that want to study in Canada. And the foundation program we run here is for one full academic session, which is 1 year. Also, we run the UK foundation that you will be hearing largely about today, which runs for 1 year. And then we have the Cambridge A levels, which comprises of the advanced subsidiary, which is the AS level, and then the advanced subsidiary, the advanced level, pardon me, which is the A level as it were. So the Cambridge A level runs for 2 years, but we have the accelerated part of it that runs for 18 months. So you may want to reach out to us. And apart from these programs, we have the remedial programs as well. for WAEC, NECO, GCE. We are a reliable center that can guarantee that you will come out with excellent results. And also, we facilitate international exams, English proficiency exams like TOEFL, IELTS, Pearson test of English, Duolingo. We facilitate the coaching for such exam. And also, we facilitate SAT, which is the Scholastic Aptitude Test, GMAT, and um, GRE as it were. So we are a center that helps to groom and coach students to achieving excellent results. And in addition to our strategic positioning in line with future of work, we introduced the gap year program. We introduced the gap year program for the recent graduates from high school, where we help them with in-demand skills, like AI, coding, virtual assistants, connecting them to opportunities to get remote works. So the gap year is essentially for acquiring in-demand skills. And also for recent graduates, um, we have the transition program that covers July this month till September before they eventually get into the university. Also, we teach in-demand skills that are relevant to the future of work. And part of the skill acquisition aspect is covered by one of our partners, Abuja Enterprise Agency, where they will be teaching on financial literacy. They will be covering skill acquisition in the area of shoemaking, bag making, bead making, crochet making. So the gap year and the transition program essentially is there to equip young graduates and young adults with in-demand skills to survive in the ever-evolving world. So these are part of the programs we run at Doveland Sixth Form College. So for further inquiries, you can reach out to us so that we can tailor our services to your specific areas of need. With this, I say welcome again to this all important webinar. And as I earlier introduced before now, our head of operation, Doveland Group of Schools, in the person of Mr. Olumide Omotoye. Thank you, sir, for joining this webinar. Thank
Good
you
evening.
so much, sir.
Good
So,
evening.
I said earlier, this will be enlightening. But before we delve deeper, I want to give the mic to our head of operation before we continue. Thank you, sir. You have the mic.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. As you have been introduced, my name is Olumide Omotoye. I'm the head of operations, Doveland Group of Schools. Doveland Sixth Form College is our addition in the group of schools, and being in this business for a long time has been a great opportunity. Doveland is a brand, and we know that we stand for excellence in whatever we do. That is our hallmark. I believe that this session will be a great one to everyone listening, and you will surely be able to take a decision that to come for our gap year or come for the foundation program or OSSD, as well as our A level program. Welcome everyone to this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, so to continue in this enlightening and insightful webinar, we will be listening to one of our partners from University of Buckingham, in the person of Dr. Dave, that will be sharing insight on the benefits of joining a sixth form college such as Doveland sixth form, as well as the benefits of undergoing a foundation program. Please relax and then watch this, and please note down your questions. Thank you.
Buckingham. It's a pleasure to speak with you today and share our support for a programme we truly value. I'd like to extend that warm greeting to all the prospective students and parents and the team at Doveland Sixth Form College. The University Foundation Programme is important for many reasons. What it does is creates a bridge between the IGCE students and them able to progress those studies to degree level education. So it gives a second opportunity for those perhaps that haven't achieved the grades they sought first time round, or just an alternative route into bachelor's level studies. It allows you to participate within a sort of supported school environment with which you're familiar, but suited to people who want an extra year of preparation before sending children overseas, where they can develop some of those life skills, which is particularly important to developing your studies. The programme itself consists of 10 subjects, including sort of mathematics, communication skills as compulsory, but lots of optional areas as well, like psychology, law, biology, accounting, depending on what pathway you want to progress through at bachelor's stage, with assessments being held 3 times a year with opportunities to resit if required. The University Foundation Programme is endorsed by the University of Buckingham and comes with our seal of approval in terms of the programme content and delivery and outcomes. So it should give you some confidence in the excellent standards that are incorporated wherein. The University of Buckingham is a unique university within the UK, the only university that's proud to announce that we do have a royal charter. Although we're a private institution, we're not operated as a private university. We are a charity, a not-for-profit institution, and prioritise teaching quality and student satisfaction above everything else. So I'm sure this is replicated within our partners, which is why we work with Doveland for the same academic experience and expertise. But what our flexible student-centred ethos allows is to give international institutions the opportunity to replicate the quality of what we deliver in different markets. So the University of Buckingham is a very well reputed organisation. We're top 10 for teaching quality and student satisfaction regularly. We also offer 2-year fast track degrees, so students who perhaps don't want to spend a conventional 3 years within the UK can benefit from 2-year studies with us fast tracked. It does mean, unfortunately, you have to give up your summer holidays, but that's the trade-off for completing a bachelor's degree in 2 years instead of 3. We also have a small class environment, so every single student is known by their professors and vice versa. Rather than just being a number in 250 people in a classroom, you'll find yourself in tutorials of between sort of 11 and 12 students typically. What it also gives you, though, is a foundation pathway to many other universities. There are over 100 universities in the UK that will consider this diploma as part of the application process to get you entry criteria into the programme. So, you know, we've welcomed Nigerian students since 1978 at the University of Buckingham. Had over 1,300 students that have applied with us, many of which now have gone back and taken senior ministerial positions within Nigeria. And what I'd like to do is just to encourage you that whatever your ambitions are in life, whether it's biomedical science, whether it's medicine, whether it's law, whether it's psychology, you know, an education is certainly a way to a better future. And I hope that you take this opportunity to further your education domestically and overseas. And let's face it, even when you finish your degrees, you may never end. I myself have done numerous qualifications and didn't stop at a PhD. I went on to do more masters and a second PhD. So maybe that's where you'll end up as well. But I'd like to thank the team at Doveland Sixth Form College and the leadership and staff therein for their dedication to delivering quality education on a continuous basis. And we at the University of Buckingham continue to be proud of this association and look forward to seeing you in the future, hopefully within the UK and hopefully at the University of Buckingham, where your journey and your education can continue. All the best wishes. Hope you have a lovely day and look forward to seeing some of you soon.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Dave, for that. We can hear from the horse's mouth, as they usually say. So, Dr. Dave has given us insight on the benefits of going for foundation, but we have our speaker also from UK, Miss Rachel Kane. She will be taking us deeper into all we need to know about the foundation program and how we can study in the UK. Without wasting so much of our time, please join me as we make welcome Miss Rachel Kane as she takes this session. Thank you. Miss Rachel Kane, if you can hear me, you have the mic. Yeah, Miss Rachel Kane, you have the mic if you can hear me. So while we are waiting
Apologies.
for,
Yes, apologies. Can you hear me okay?
yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Um, so I'm going to start with um, a brief presentation about the foundation programme, which is equal to 3 A-levels. I'm an advocate of the foundation programme. I've been working on various foundation programmes for over 20 years, and I know the success it brings to students coming to the UK and gaining wonderful careers. So I'm delighted to be here to be talking about that foundation programme, and also we'll talk a little bit about applying to university as well. So a foundation programme usually is a one-year programme. Some students can do it over 2 years, depending on their academic ability. So you can either choose the foundation pathway or 3 A-levels. At Doveland, they've been delivering the foundation programme for over a few years now, and with much success. So we are very proud, and I'm very proud to be aligned with them on students' educational journey. So it's for students that are 16 plus. And it all depends on whether a student wants to deliver study over 1 year or 2 years. What are the good things about it? We can access over 120 universities just the same as A-levels. It prepares you academically and with essential life skills. There are flexible start dates with Doveland, September and January. And because of the way it's assessed, it's more accessible for students because the exams are at the end of each term instead of 2 years of study on an A-level programme. And you have the same wide range of subjects to study. So you would choose 3 A-level subjects, say maths, business and sociology or economics. On the foundation programme, you have core units, core maths, communication skills, and then you tend to choose 3 subjects from the optional units. And this again, it's at the same level as A-level, very, very similar A-level standard, but delivered slightly differently with different assessments. The universities, there's an array of universities for foundation. The only difference really between foundation and A-levels for applying to university is you cannot access like Oxford or Cambridge, LSE, Imperial, and University of London. So there's UCL. So there's an array of universities, wonderful universities out there throughout the country, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. Now, where have students been placed? Here is just a sample of some of them so far. This presentation can be sent on via Doveland if you would like more information and to read it in more details. So that is a brief presentation on the foundation course, and the key takeaways are it can be delivered and studied in 1 year. You can study similar subjects to your an A-level typical pathway. It prepares students for university, not just academically, but the learning style as well. So the main difference is A-levels is usually over 2 years, can be 18 months, whereas a foundation course tends to be 1 year. Now, another presentation I'm going to share with you is applying to university. So 1 moment. So here we go. So applying for university. And the thing what I always say to young people is dream, because dream big, because somebody's got to be a doctor, somebody's got to be a lawyer, somebody has got to have that dream job. So if you can't have aspirations when you're young, when would you have them? So please dream big. Now, things to consider. Do you want to study in the UK, the USA, Canada, Australia, Europe? What admissions test do you need? So it's key for families and students and schools to understand the individual's journey so we can prepare in advance and produce a timeline so there's no missed deadlines. Now, when applying to university, think about, and this applies to the UK and also overseas, do you want to study at a campus university? So that is like a university village, not in a city. A city university is bang in the centre of a city like Birmingham, Nottingham, London. Or a campus university would be somewhere like Essex, Sussex, different universities like that. Does your university have the course you want to study? So you've got to make sure that, think it's all about the course really, and it's about the university, but you've got to marry both up to make sure you've got the best university and the best course. Now, when you're looking and doing your research, are the entry grades realistic for you? So you've got to be honest with yourself. Can you achieve the correct percentage on the foundation course? Can you get the right A-level grades? Also, one thing to consider is the location of the university. So Exeter University is a fabulous university, but it is far away from London, from airports. So think about location as well. Now, also, you may have a specific extracurricular activity, playing a musical instrument or a sport. Does that university have that interest that you are passionate about? Now, and it's becoming more and more popular is for students to have a placement year or to study abroad. Now, a placement year is like a working year round. We call it a sandwich place as well. So a student would study for 2 years at university, then go and have a year working. It could be in the UK, it could be overseas, or that could be a study abroad year as well. So you'd be at the university and then you come back to your university and complete your final year. So league tables. League tables are very good to give you a gauge, but I don't think anybody should be obsessed about league tables. Students should find the best fit for them, academically and the lifestyle, the location, etc. They need to be happy. Students need to be happy. And does the university degree and university require an admissions test? Because that is all part of the planning. So looking at different university degrees, 3-year degree and a 4-year degree. So the 4-year degree is with that placement year, or they call it a sandwich course. So when you're doing your research, the degrees have different kind of codes, such as a BA, a BSc, a Bachelor of Science, or a BN, Bachelor of Engineering. So that gives you an understanding of what type of degree it is. So choosing a course is simple. I think you have to have a passion for that subject. It's really important. Some students, require discounts, a reduction in fees as well. And that tends to be a lower ranked or mid-ranked universities. So remember, you've got 5 university choices to choose from in the UK. In the USA, it is very different because you pay per application on common application, whereas you would use a UCAS application for the UK. So the UK, 5 choices, the USA, limitless in a way, because you would have to pay per entry. Now, have a look at the goals. So here's a breakdown of goals and subjects. So for the foundation course, if you wish to aim high and go to a Russell Group University, you're looking at 70 to 80%. With A levels, you need 3 subjects, obviously, and you need to check each university entry requirement. For instance, if you're wanting to study medicine, you're looking at probably A star, A star, A. But if you're looking at business, you may be able to have a BBB depending on the university. Now, choosing the degree and choosing the subjects. Medicine. Now, this is for A levels. Biology, chemistry, plus a 3rd subject. Chemical engineering, chemistry, physics, and maths. Actuarial science, which is kind of based on insurance. Very mathematical. So that would be maths, further maths, and a written subject, or another subject, really. Now, law. Law requires written subjects. You don't need to study law A level, but you could study maybe one science subject and other written subjects, because law, there's a lot of written exams. So, and business, maybe maths and written subjects as well. And computing, again, quite mathematical, so maths and physics plus another subject. This just gives you a sample of the subjects you should study on your pathway. Now, here's some university offers. So Durham University, this is an example for sociology, 80% A levels, AAB. I won't go down them all, but you can see the approximate grades for the foundation course against A levels. Now, adding value. So nowadays, universities are so competitive, as you know, very, very competitive. And it's important to show on your application that you are more than just, your foundation course or your A-level studies. Think about Duke of Edinburgh Award or the International Award, Olympiads, work experience, and again, extracurricular activities, maybe doing voluntary work. So all these key elements add to your application. I mentioned briefly UCAS. This is the British university application process. Now, the students fill out an application form, 5 university choices, plus a personal statement. The school will be required to put in the predicted grades and the reference, and that would be for A levels or foundation students. Now, a personal statement. You're looking at 47 lines, 4,000 characters, including spaces. And that is all about your academic journey, why the university should choose you. And this is just a little bit more about it, the chosen subject, your particular qualities that make you suitable for the course, any work experience that shows your passion for that particular area, and your aspirations. Now, this is just what I love, this old-fashioned mind map, just because it goes through each stage of writing a personal statement. Doveland have this, and Doveland have a wonderful team who will help and support with the application and also with writing your personal statement. Now, I always provide useful links, and here are some of them where you can find out more information about applying to university, writing personal statements, things that you should consider. Now, the USA, as I mentioned, you use the common application platform. Again, very similar. You would write, you complete the basic information, but then also you may have to write extra essays. They're not particularly long, but the platform would require you to write essays as well. Alongside this, on the top link is about, again, it's information applying to university. You've got the Fulbright Commission, which is great, again, for advice, as is Kaplan. And if anybody's interested in applying for football scholarship or maybe a sports scholarship to the USA, there's a link there below as well. Now, going back to the UK, Oxbridge. Again, similar application process, but you'd complete it through UCAS, but it's only for A-level students. There's some more information here about the differences and similarities between Oxford and Cambridge. I won't go through this. Doveland can share this PowerPoint with you if you'd like to find out more. Interestingly, this is just a percentage of males and females that apply to Oxbridge. For male candidates, 23.2% and female, 26.9%. And this is the acceptance rate. So more females are accepted than males at Oxbridge. But you can see the grades there, the average grades for A-level students. Again, this is what's required for general Cambridge application as well. So Oxford, many degree programs require admissions test, and this is some of the admissions tests you have to complete ahead of your application, and also your application has to be submitted by the 15th of October. And this is the core admissions test for the degrees at Cambridge. There is no movement on the deadlines, they are fixed. And these are the key websites for Oxford and Cambridge. And again, if you want to go to university, there's lots of help out there as well. And these are two links here if you would like to study in Europe. Again, each country has its own systems, applying usually directly to the university, not through a platform. So the platform in the UK is UCAS, and the platform in the USA is Common Applications. Just to recap, the most important element is research and plan and be prepared. I believe all young people should be able to dream and achieve their goals, whatever it is. Choose subjects, choose a degree you're passionate about in a field you love. Look at the league tables and entry requirements and plot your goal. And remember, you've got to, I believe everybody should dream, but you have to know your expectations and your academic, strengths. So, and this is that's the Doveland coordinators details. All these PowerPoints can be shared with Doveland. I can send them to you. But if you've got any questions, I'd be delighted to help as well. To share information about the foundation course, which is a brilliant course delivered by Doveland over 1 year, or alternatively, you have a 2-year A-level option as well via Doveland. Doveland are experts. They've got excellent counselling services, excellent teaching methods. I'm very proud to be working with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rachel. That was wonderful. You just walked us through the A to Z application process, and I'm sure our viewers will find them enlightening. Thank you so much for shedding light on how we can go about the application process, the different application processes between UK and that of the USA, and as well as the option of either going through the UK Foundation or the Cambridge A levels. So if you have your questions, we are ready to take your questions and you are sure to get answers. I'm sure we have few questions coming in already. We will be displaying them and then asking them one after the other. While I'm waiting for that, okay, I can already see questions popping up. What are the entry requirements for the foundation program? Ma, you may want to recap that for those that did not fully get it when you emphasized on it. Thank you. The requirement programs for the foundation program.
Would you like me to answer?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So the most important thing for students is to have completed their education up to. So I'm going backwards. A student really cannot start university in the UK until they're 17 going on 18. The universities don't like students being too young. So say, for instance, a student is 17, they have to complete NECO or WIEC, and then they can study a one-year foundation program. But bearing in mind they cannot be too young. They can't be 16, the students. They would need to be 17 and really turning 18 in the first term of university study.
Awesome. Absolutely. And that is why we encourage for those that are still younger to consider the Cambridge A level, because at the completion of the program after 2 years, they are matured and ready to enter the university. So I believe that answers our that question. Okay. The second question is saying, are there specific subjects or grades needed from WIEC and NECO? Yeah, you made mention of the specific subjects requirements, but this person is wanting to know if there are specific requirements from our own local exams, which is the WIEC and NECO. Thank you, ma.
So, no, not really. Obviously, the better the foundation of knowledge and better exam results will set you up for more success on the course. Now, bearing in mind, students that come overseas and need a visa will have to probably study IELTS. Some universities do accept WIEC at certain grades, and they do. They don't accept NECO, but in English, WIEC is accepted for a visa on some courses. So you can bear that in mind. But if you study IELTS, that will help you with attaining a visa. So are there any specific subjects required? No. But it would be obviously universities do look at the academic profile of a student. So if a student's got great grades in WIEC or NECO, they're more likely to get an offer. If they've got medium grades, that's great. So, but there are no specific grades, no.
Okay, thank you. So before I ask the next question, so is there any concession, any waiver for a student coming from an English speaking country like Nigeria? Is there a waiver in terms of having to write any of the English proficiency examination as a requirement for applying for visa?
Unfortunately, the answer is no. Apart from WIEC. So some universities will provide a CAS, a visa with WIEC. Some will. It won't necessarily be the most high ranked, but some will. So if you've got a WIEC grade that's it's high, that could be accepted. But generally, most universities do like to have an English language qualification. And it's not just Nigeria, it's many countries around the world that are English language speakers, unfortunately, will have to prove those qualifications.
Okay, thank you for that clarity. So the next question is, what subjects are taught during the foundation year? I believe you touched on this as well. You want to shed more light on that? I know you emphasized it during your presentation.
Yes, of course, no problem. So it all depends on what degree program the student wants to study. So if a student wants to study chemical engineering, more likely they would, on the foundation course, as with A levels, they will study chemistry, maths, and possibly physics. So that would be a kind of a fixed formula for foundation and for A levels. If a student wanted to study economics, they would probably study maths, economics, and another subject could be sociology, could be business, all depends. So it's the same really for both A levels and foundation, the subject pathway. The only difference is on the foundation course, students have to study core maths and communication skills as the compulsory student subject options, and then they have choices.
Awesome. I think that's clear enough, and that is part of what we do here. When you come for inquiries, we guide you based on the course you want to go for, and then the subject combinations that you will have to do in the foundation program. So for more of this, feel free to reach out to us. You can also book an appointment so we walk you through all of these, many more. All right. The next question says, is the foundation course tailored towards specific degree pathways? I think this has been answered in the previous question, and the answer is yes. For every degree program you are going for, we help you to tailor the courses to align with the degrees that you will be studying when you are done with the foundation program, and then it will give you a seamless transition to studying that chosen degree of yours. So yes is the answer to that question. Do we have any other question? Okay. All right. What is the duration of the foundation program? As she rightly said, the foundation program is for 1 year, one academic session. But in this academic session, you will take your exams 3 times, which is at the end of the first term, second term, and then the third term, after which your certificate will be issued. So it's one academic session. But if you are coming through the Cambridge A levels, we have it for 2 years, and then we also have the option of doing the accelerated 18 months program. Thank you. The next question says, which universities accept your foundation certificate for direct entry into degree programs? Yeah, Ms. Rachel, I know Dr. Dave touched on this, but you may want to speak to it further.
So all depending on all depending on the student's application. Offers are made on academic achievements prior to the current course, so NECO, IGCSEs. It's made on the personal statement, also on extracurricular activities, work experience. So there are many, many factors. And once a admissions officer has looked at the application, then they will make an offer. So there's an array of subjects and universities that will make offers, but it's all down to how strong the application is. So there's over 120 universities that will accept the foundation course, but the students got to be as strong as possible. And that's not just about the foundation course, but also A levels. A levels is the same thing: strong academic profile, strong foundation, personal statement, etc. Plus, they will need to get very good predicted grades.
Okay, thank you so much. So that means for students that we want to apply to certain universities, it's advisable they look at tier one, tier two, and tier three universities, since they have the option of applying to 5 universities, if I am correct.
Yes, that is correct. 5 universities. So what I usually add, it depends on the strength of the student. So if a student's very strong, you probably could say 4 high, 1 middle. If a student's kind of average, maybe 1 high, 2 middle, and too low. So you can mix it up a bit, because the main thing is you want to get an offer. Now, if a student does not get an offer from his 5 university choices, it is not a disaster. A student can add another choice into the application and keep doing this process until they get an offer. So it's not guaranteed to get a university place, but there is a very, very high chance.
Okay, thank you. I think that's informed the next question, which says, can I progress to a different university after completing the foundation program? I believe the person wants to know, outside UK, can the certificate be tenable to get another admission in universities outside the UK?
The answer is yes. So again, foundation courses are typically for the UK. So please bear that in mind. They are, because it's a British qualification. If a student wanted to go to Europe, Canada, America, they can use A levels as well. But yes, a foundation course can be used outside the UK, but it is less common.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I believe we are enjoying the session with this question and answer segment. Please keep your questions coming. We still have few more minutes as we continue in this webinar. Do we have any other question? Okay. What kind of pastoral care or student welfare services are available? I
Right,
believe
is that
we
a question for you? Is that a question for Doveland, or it's for the universities in the UK?
Okay, you can take that first, then we will bring it down home after you.
Okay. So yes, in the UK, there are very strong and very, what's the word? Safeguarding well-being is paramount at UK universities, in all institutes. There are student welfare officers, there's help, the support, it's endless. There is a lot of support and welfare, which is wonderful. And it's all obviously free of charge, and it's embedded into student life, and it's really important. So all universities and college offer student welfare services.
Awesome. All right. So down here at Doveland Sixth Form College, in terms of pastoral care, we have a dedicated guidance and counseling unit that interfaces with the student at every point in time. And we have them included in our academic timetable, where they have sessions with the students. So at every point of their journeys, we have our pastoral care attached to the students, where they have one-on-one session to address any area of their needs, because we are mindful of building lifelong learners who will not be distracted or who will not be discouraged at every point. We understand that sometimes the academics might be overwhelming, so the pastoral unit will be on ground to always cater for their emotional needs, as it were. So at sixth form college, you are sure of having this support system all the way. Thank you. And then the next question says, how do you support students in adapting to the UK education system and culture through the foundation program?
Okay, so the great thing about the UK or the University Foundation Programme is that the communication skills unit brings about the kind of the key concepts is how to do presentations, how to submit work. So you start to think about the style, the British style of studying, but also all the other subjects, all the key subjects, optional units like business, maths, science. The curriculum is delivered in a British manner, so inevitably, students will get used to studying in the British style, and the content, remember, is designed and is delivered in the UK as well. So the cultural element is, I suppose, partly embedded in the curriculum as well. So that understanding of British life and the teaching methods is, delivered as well in the foundation program, as is the A-level course as well, because the A-level course embeds that as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarity. And then the next question says, how does the program prepare students for university level study and employability?
So the foundation course and A levels, prepare students as they can be for university, because the curriculum is at the level where students will successfully study. Now, remember, A levels is a challenging course, very challenging, and students, when they go into year one of a degree, they find the year one quite palatable because the study is quite high level. And the reason why level 3 qualifications are so high compared to year one is because in year one the universities are accepting students from all around the world, from lots of different programs. So they have to not lower the standard, but the year one's got to be very accessible for students. So they will succeed very, brilliantly, foundation students and A-level students. Regarding employability, if students have work experience before they go to university, that's great, that's going to help. Also, if a student really is serious about working and getting a brilliant job, they should study a sandwich course with a placement year, because then they are working in the industry. So the students would study for 2 years at university, work for 1 year, and then a final year of study, and that will add to employability.
Okay, so in case someone is wondering, in terms of the policy changes in the UK, are there chances that there will be a postgraduate study visa after completing one's education in the UK?
I think it's on a case, but yeah, I mean, there's always possibilities, but as you mentioned, the rules do change regularly in the UK. So I would like to give advice. I would say check regularly, because they do change.
Okay, thank you for that advice. Another person is asking, can I use the program to source for scholarships in universities? That's the completion of the foundation program. Can it be used to source for scholarships?
Yes, so scholarships can be applied to, and usually universities, and they won't be the top ranked universities. They will be the lower ranked universities who need students. They will possibly offer a discount or a scholarship in the fees. And please note, it usually ranges between £1,000 per year up to £3,000 per year. The scholarships are not enormous, but they are there, but they will be for the lower ranked universities.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just thought to add this following the previous question around employability. So what we do at Doveland Sixth Form College is that we have a business school where we help students to kickstart their entrepreneurship journey in order to prepare them for the future of work that we made mention of earlier. So in the business school, we teach courses like business ideation, how to generate business ideas, how to go about your survey, business validation, business and registration, the rules and regulations guiding business registration. We teach business plan, we teach business model canvas, financial management, we teach marketing as well, just to give you a head start in going about your in how to go about your entrepreneurship journey, which we believe will also help to boost your employability level when you go out there. So it's an all-round program where you will come out rounded and ready to face the challenges of studying in the UK or abroad. Thank you so much, Ms. Rachel. I think that's about the question we have now, but we encourage you, should you have more questions, please reach out to us. Our number is on the screen. You can reach out to us on those numbers, 09068355988. I take that again, 09068355988, or you can reach out to us at www.doveland6formcollege.com, or email us at info@doveland6formcollege.com. We are always open and at your service. We are available to work with you depending on your educational need. A recap of the programs we do as we try to bring this insightful webinar to a close. So we have the OSSD pathway, the AS and A levels, the UK foundation that you have just heard, and then the international exams, SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, Pearson, test of English, Duolingo, the SAT, and then the remedial pathway. Then I think we will take this last question. The question is asking if we assist with visa upon completion of the program. Yes, you can reach out to us. This is usually the post foundation service that we walk you through. So we offer that as part of the additional services for enrolling with us. So thank you, and then I'll be handing over this mic to our amiable head of operation as he takes the closing remark and brings this meeting to a close. Thank you, sir. You have the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Albochukwu. Yes, I would like to thank everyone who has been on this platform for this period of 1 hour. We're really grateful and we appreciate your time that you have spent with us. And for further clarifications, please contact us and we'll be expecting to hear from you. Thank you, Ms. Rachel, for the insightful presentation. Thank you, Mr. Albochukwu, for making that wonderful presentation as well. And A thank you also to Dr. Dave from University of Buckingham for sharing his expertise with us. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Chairman, as well as Executive Director, students, and management staff of Doveland Sixth Form College, I say thank you. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.